You know, in life, I've learned that words usually carry a huge responsibility. And for a person like me, and people who are in a position where they're doing commentary on specific topics, on specific people, on footballers, on fans, sometimes, you know, or you will learn that whatever we talk, whatever we say, usually affects other people. Like sometimes it's just feelings, how we feel, how we rate, be it in how people have played, how people are performing. Sometimes to other people usually comes out as criticism. Because if I come here and say like, we need better strikers. Now, to the current strikers, they will feel I've said they are not good strikers, like we need to replace them. Of course, that is truth. If I say we need better strikers, it means the strikers that are there are not good enough. But it is not that just criticizing them. It's not that I hate them. It's not that I feel that they are not good. And for me, I'll say, if I say like that, if a person comes and say, you know how you talk, I'll have to take it with, like sometimes it's negative criticism. It's not always positive criticism. Some people just hate you, some people just, but all the time it's never negative criticism. If a person says that, you're not playing the way we think, a player playing in Chelsea at this level should be playing, then it's truth. And we have all been doing that. Now, to come to this point where some people feel guilty because they had this responsibility and they were talking to a million people, like a whole lot of people saying that we need to bench this one, we need to not have this one, we need to hope when that thing is done and the results are either positive or just neutral, it doesn't mean that you are wrong. And this thing is just stems from
Listen, I think we've done
what
really good business. I think
where
not
is he?
just
Where
players
is
coming
he?
in. I
Oh,
think the
he has
players going
started
out.
talking. This is Obi Mikel, and I think this was yesterday, and he was talking.
In that
Let's just hear
position.
him.
But I hope, like we've seen it, the business we've done just before the Club World Cup by bringing in those two strikers that we've brought in. I think now everybody can see what I've been saying all along, that all we need is competition. All we need is competition. It just pushes everybody to do to take your game to the next level. It's about competition. You win tournaments, you win games by having competition in the team. And I've said that so many times, and now we've seen that. And I'm happy that the club have gone on and done that business and brought in two strikers. And I'm hearing that Nicholas Jackson wants to leave. I hope he stays because I still think he has a massive part to play this season, going forward in this football club. I've said it. He's a fantastic player. The qualities and that he brings into the football club, I think we need that. If he stays, I'm very happy if he stays.
Yeah, of course. He was the biggest critic of Nicholas Jackson, and he wanted Osimhen to some extent. I even made a video last year of which I was saying like, hey, is it just because you want Nicholas Jackson out, or it's because you want Osimhen in? Probably you are working with the agent and you just want, no, Osimhen because he's your countryman and everything that you want him in. It's not always because, it's somehow it's politics. But then I feel like he's displaying what in science we call guilty. He feels guilty, he feels responsible for being for saying things and then the things materializes. He feels responsible for saying, we don't need Jackson, and then all of a sudden Jackson is not needed in the club and Jackson wants out. And then he feels like, Jackson is a 22, 23-year old. He probably needs another chance. That's guilty. It doesn't mean you're correct. It doesn't mean you're right. If it happens that Pedro keeps on scoring a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot and a lot of goals, it will mean that you are right all along to say that we don't need Nicholas Jackson. If Pedro and Delap do not keep scoring goals after goals after goals after goals after goals after goals, we'll say that probably you are partly right. You are partly right in wanting a different kind of striker, but it didn't mean that Nicholas Jackson was not among the best strikers. Probably Osimhen will have scored better, will have had a lot of goals. But who knows? It's all in the probability. So, first thing I'll say, I want us as people to always keep to our words. If we want somebody out, if I come here and say, you know what, I think Palmer is one of the best players in the world, but sometimes he's not Messi. He's doing these things the way he is. Like if I'm praising you this week, then I've earned the what do you say it? Like I've earned. I don't know what's the right word, but I should be able to criticize you next week if you do bad. If I'm praising you, if I'm saying, hey, Chelsea is the Club World Cup winners and we are this good, we are this good, we are this good, then people should not be there telling me that, you are emotional because we drew with Crystal Palace, because no. If you accept my praises, you should be able to accept my criticism, and I should not be able to feel guilty. And it's the same thing. I don't know why Obi Mikel feels like right now he has to apologize and he has to, lessen whatever he was saying, because we remember, everybody remembers he was adamant. Even when Nicholas was scoring, he was like going hard on him every weekend. He needs to retain that. He needs to be able to stick with that. As I've always stuck with whatever I was saying. When I was saying, like, you know what, we don't need Pochettino, I stuck with it. Even when Pochettino started saying, you know what, probably the owners want me, but I want out, I say, yay, good riddance. It wasn't like you were doing the right thing to the club when Graham Potter was sacked and he went to, you know, it wasn't like I never felt guilty, because I felt, it's your career and it's good. Like, whatever you are doing, it's up to you. The thing is, if I'm a fan of Chelsea and I feel like we need improvement, we should get improvement. It doesn't mean it's not personal with you. It's not personal with Graham. Like right now, he has West Ham that we are going to beat them on today evening. It doesn't mean that I had anything personal with him. Even if we beat them today, it doesn't mean I have anything personal with him. It just means that I want the best for Chelsea. And that's how every one of us, the fans, everybody should be. If you have to put, if a player is doing shenanigans, if Caicedo one of the day wakes up and is not like in his right game, and we have always praised him, we have always been around praising him, saying he's the best defending midfielder in the world. I don't want people to come to my, comments starting saying that, what are you saying? He has been helping us. He has been doing that. No, I'm not doing it out of history. I'm doing it out of that game. If we lose versus West Ham, I'll be here. I'll be here stating, you know what? Probably Maresca needs to go. And I don't want anybody to come to my inbox start saying, Maresca won us then. Yeah, he won us that thing. But throughout, we need better. Even was it Villas-Boas who won the Champions League and was sacked a year later? Tuchel won the Champions League and was sacked some months later. Are we getting each other? Are we getting each other? So for Bimikel, you say he should stop being a what in modern urban dictionary we call CC. You shouldn't be afraid. Anyway, hey, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Take us to 1,000 subscribers because we're doing this thing daily.